Yes. I'm fine.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the For Us podcast, the podcast for you.
And for us.
My wife was just filing her nails. I don't know if that's an intro or not, but.
I still am a little bit. Because, okay, so I just broke my nail.
Uh-huh.
And I'll spare you the details because you don't need all the details.
I don't need all of them, no.
I need to file it so it's like salvageable, because if I fully break it, then it's a whole process.
How'd you break your nail is the first question,
I
honestly.
broke my nail because I was doing something that you usually do for me. But you asked me to do it instead.
Okay, hold on. You ain't about to just expose. What?
You told me to grab my heating pad. And so I tried to unplug my heating pad and my nail got caught.
No, we're not doing that at all.
And usually you get my heating pad.
Context. No, okay, listen. You were upstairs getting dressed, putting on clothes for the podcast. And I said, babe, while you're up there, don't forget your heating pad.
I know. I was already going to grab it. But I'm just saying.
See, that ain't
if you would have grabbed my heating pad, I wouldn't have broke my nail.
Sorry.
It's okay.
My bad.
Just kidding.
How are you besides your nail being broke?
Besides my nail, I'm good. It feels like it's been like a lifetime since we shot a podcast. I was just thinking that.
Truly.
Because we were sick.
This week went by very slow.
It low-key went by fast and slow.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we like didn't do anything but did a lot at the same time. I don't know. It's really, I'm in a weird space about this week.
I don't know. I was not feeling it at all this past week. It was, and it wasn't like I wasn't even coughing or sniffling. It was literally just my stomach.
Yeah. Okay. And wait, did we talk about this on the last podcast?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it.
No, but did you think it was Tropical Smoothie Cafe?
Yeah.
Josh
I don't know.
is trying to convince me, you guys, that his stomach is upset, and mine, both of us, after a trip to Mexico, when people that we were with also got a stomach bug situation, and you're trying to blame it on the food that we got back, that we had when we got back.
My argument is we got back on a Friday. I played basketball on a Saturday. In that morning, I was perfectly fine. And then on the way home, I stop and get Tropical Smoothie Cafe, a disgusting sandwich. I think we did talk about this. A disgusting sandwich. And after that, my stomach was messed up for the entire week.
Well, let me just let you know, if you got like just something bad you ate from Tropical Smoothie Cafe, I don't think we would have been down for the count for a week. Like, we were both sick. And you had chills.
Yeah, from that Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
No. Anyways, yeah, we had a rough week in regards to our health, but we're
very rough. Yeah, we're I won't say 100%. I'm just forcing my body to be okay because I'm tired of not eating. I've been hungry this week, and I was tired of eating chicken noodle soup, crackers, bananas.
I made us literally
toast.
One night for dinner. We had each had a bowl of white rice. That's it. I never thought I would eat that. It was kind of good.
It was very good.
Because you have to, the key to making good white rice, you add a little butter, salt, pepper, and olive oil. And then it gives the rice flavor. Like, if I would have just served you up the plain white rice, you wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah, you're right.
What, you don't like it regardless?
No, it's just white rice.
I know, I'm just saying, no, there's...
No, you made it. You did your thing. You put your foot in that.
Thanks.
Definitely.
Rue, can we help you? You guys, if you're not watching the video,
I don't think they can see her.
No, but no.
Yeah, she's like, actually, you can't.
No, Rue, honey, get down. I love you.
Rue, get down because your other boyfriend.
Go lay on
our
the
dogs
couch.
are dating.
No, they're not.
We've never
Rudy,
said
Rue's
this
trying to get up
publicly.
here.
But our dogs are dating. They are not. Rue, get down, please. They're not brother and sister, stepbrother, whatever. I catch them doing some things that we won't speak on this podcast too many times. It'd be quiet. It'd just be us three in the room. Me, Rue, and Nash. And I look over and I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? They're dating.
They have a crush on each other because think about Rue. In her 3 years of life, she has never been around a male dog this much. So she's like, woo. But they're related. They're family. I know it does seem wrong to say that for the things that they do, but.
Yes. Rue, you really got to get down because our phone numbers are on your tag, and I do not feel like blurring out something just in case you get on.
And also, you're
Rue,
jingly.
Down.
Go lay down. I feel like she's trying to tell us something.
She just wants to cuddle, but there's no space. These aren't the cuddle chairs.
There you go.
Anyways, Yeah. Is that it? I don't know. What else is there to talk about? Let's do a draft. We have a draft today. The poll is done. I'm done with the poll.
I told you not to do the poll.
No, but you have to give it a try. You have to just see. I'm done with the poll. Y'all are 100% strictly voting for Savannah just because y'all see her name.
And now that you've spoken this, people probably are doing it just like on purpose.
But I know my people. I saw y'all in the comments. I saw y'all in the comments of the poll saying y'all just voting for Savannah. Just like I saw all of it. That's all I needed. And I know I won that last one too.
That's the only draft I think you won.
That's not true.
No, it is.
Baby, how's that true? Because now we know the polls that we've been doing.
No, baby, I'm not even talking about the polls. Like, I just know from the goodness of my own heart that that's the only one that you won.
But I'm just saying out of the goodness of...
And you know that too.
Huh?
You know that too.
No.
Yeah, you do, because you're not really arguing. Like, if you think you're right, you will fight me to the bone.
No, I just think I'm turning over a new leaf.
No, I think you know that only that was the only draft you've won.
Well, I know I won that last one. So forget the other ones. The polls are done. Y'all just let us know in the comments. DM us who won these because, yeah. That's all I have to say. Tell them what we're doing today.
We're doing a baby names draft. If you guys don't know, I'm 30 weeks pregnant, which is crazy. 30 weeks, I feel like the halfway point is definitely like, okay, this is getting real. Yeah. Because 20 weeks, you're halfway there.
And we're every other week with appointments.
No.
Didn't you just say we're every other week with the appointments now?
Were you listening?
In the car?
No, just now. What did I just say?
I was up there adjusting.
You weren't listening, so let me finish.
We weren't arguing. We're not arguing this episode.
I know, but you weren't listening to me just now.
We're talking about marriage this episode, and let me tell you.
They're going to be like, why would we listen to y'all?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I was saying, when you hit the 20-week mark, it feels crazy. It's like, okay, I'm halfway there. It's getting real. Yeah. But when you hit the 30-week mark, then it feels really real, because I feel like some women have their babies, like, in the 30-week range is like a normal-ish time to have your baby.
Don't tell me that.
Like, they would still, I mean, like, at 30 weeks, it would technically be a preemie still, I think, or she would still be a preemie. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah. So what was wrong with me saying, I'm sorry, that it's every other week?
Now appointments are every other week.
Yeah.
But what I was talking about was the 20-week mark. I hadn't even gotten to me being 30 weeks yet.
All I was saying was that we about to be 30 weeks, so it's getting real. I was
but I was talking about something else.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So why did we just say that?
Oh, I was letting them know we're doing baby names.
Oh, we are doing baby names.
And because I'm 30 weeks pregnant and we're having another girl.
Yes. All right. So this could go anyway. This is whatever y'all cup of tea are. I don't know what baby names you chose for this. I'm very curious.
Actually, I feel like this is the only draft that we won't, like, I didn't write down any backups because I don't think we're going to have any of the same names.
Yeah, we might have one, but.
Really?
Yeah, I know you like one of my names.
Really?
But I don't know. There's so many names out there that who knows?
Okay.
Let's get the rock, paper, scissors going. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Let's give me that first round. Give me that first round draft pick.
It's like, I'm so confident in my 5 names that I don't even care that you get to go first.
Yeah. Your confidence. I need to win this one because it's becoming very competitive. I just realized I only have 4 names, but it's okay. My number 1 name. These are girl names, right?
Yes, girl names. I forgot to mention.
Girl names. This is for a baby girl, but we like the gender neutral vibe. I'm going Nova. N-O-V-A.
That's cute.
No. Isn't that cute?
That's cute.
N-O-V-A. I don't know, something about Nova, baby Nova. You're going to see a big trend with these names once you see mine.
I kind of feel like our names, we won't be super shocked by either of each other's because Josh and I do have a notes list of a bunch of baby names that we like.
Yes.
And this is a potential, like, I would name, I feel like I would name my child Nova.
Yeah, me too.
Should we not be sharing this then? Who knows? Maybe a future baby would be named Nova. I will say this baby isn't going to be named Nova. I mean, never say never because we don't have a name for her yet, but.
True.
Okay. I'm like nervous about my order, but I'm going to do it. Okay, my number 1, what is it?
I don't know. I'm not going to say it because, we can't play the guessing game.
Oh, okay. My number 1 is Billy.
Okay. Billy.
Because Billy, I feel like a lot of people actually probably won't like this if you don't like the gender neutral vibe, but Billy is just such a strong name. I feel
Billy's swaggy.
That's just so fire. I would love if my name was Billy.
Okay. We've been talking about if we were to do like middle names, Gene, like do like our middle names or whatever. I don't know if we'll do Xavier for
Billie Jean.
Yeah, that's literally what I thought of. I was about to be like, Billie Jean is dope.
We obviously can't do Jean.
Yeah, we can't do
her name
Jean
is
for Billy. Yeah, but that would have been cool.
To do Billie Jean?
Billie Jean Alexander.
Absolutely not.
Billie Jean Alexander. All right, number 2 for me, I'm going Drew. DRU. Drew. I know there is a baby named Drew in the social media space, but
there is?
I think the East family's baby is named Drew.
Oh, that's cute.
I think so. But for a girl, isn't that dope?
Yeah, that is cute for a girl. But also,
you never thought of that?
No, I feel like we've talked about this before.
Also what?
Well, my sister's boyfriend's name is Drew.
That's 100% not the first person I thought of at all.
Oh, I know, but I'm just letting you know.
Oh.
Like, are these like actual names that we like are going to name our baby?
Well, we can't name our baby 10 different names. Oh, no. These are names that I like
okay,
for our daughter, and I'm trying to win this draft.
You're trying to win. Okay.
Yes, Drew.
That's nice.
All right. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Zella.
Yeah, you like this one, yeah.
You know that was good because you got quiet.
No, you told me this before.
I like Zella. We obviously wouldn't use it because Raella and Zella, that's like two the same to me. But I think Zella is super cute.
Zella is swaggy. It's nice.
I feel like I've never heard that name actually.
Zella?
There's
Stella.
Stella.
Is there a Zella out there in the world?
But I don't.
I mean, there's definitely is one. But do y'all know a Zella?
Yeah, I feel like Stella.
But it's close to xylophone.
It's close, or has it just the same?
That's the first thing I thought of.
Xylophone starts with an X.
I know, but I'm saying as in the Z.
Baby, that's like saying it's close to zebra.
This title of this podcast is We Argue for Another Hour.
We're not arguing.
Okay, number 4 for me.
3 for you.
3 for me. Noah. Oh, actually, wait. Yeah, Noah. Noah. That is our middle name for our dog.
Right.
But
speaking of our dogs,
they're fighting. They're about to go to their beds.
You might need to cut it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cut it. They're just gonna go to their beds.
Okay, yeah,
excuse me. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking. Nash and Rue, please get down.
Put them in their beds.
I am in a second. Nash is trying to run. You can't even see Nash. He's a big black blob compared to everything else. Noah. That is our dog's middle name, Rue. But we like that for a girl, though.
Also, quick thing while we're on the subject of our dogs, we never gave Nash a middle name.
Yeah, he just didn't get that far.
That's not nice.
Maybe after he gets fixed, so we can actually see his personality. Because right now, his personality is not. What's the next name?
Okay. Next name, the number 3 name for me. Wait, I need you here for this moment. Well, I know, but you can't go back and forth with me. Okay, number 3 for me. I'm actually it's kind of a risk for me to share this because we actually really do like this name. And I don't know how Josh is going to feel that I'm sharing this. It's Frankie.
That was on my list.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, Frankie is fire.
Why are we not going to use it though?
I think it's too boyish. We talked about this. Rye's name is very girly, and I don't want
the 2 different vibes.
I just don't want the 2 different vibes. It's not even about the vibes. It's about them growing up and possibly having that conversation of, well, why did mom and dad name you a girly name and my name is this? I just don't want that conversation.
It's so funny you think about that because I don't think that would ever be a thought in their heads.
How you know? You and your sister got 2 girly names.
I know, but like my sister and I have never been like, why'd you get this name? Like, it's just not.
Frankie and Raella are
that
2.
Sounds cute.
I know, but think about it's not. We got to think about them when they get. I don't want Frankie, our daughter,
Frankie
in there.
Actually isn't that boy. Billy is way more boy.
But Frankie and Frank.
No, but Frankie makes it way girly.
Oh, no, I agree with you. It's the girly. I'm just thinking about our daughters when they get older.
Okay.
Or Rye could be like, "Dang, your name is swaggier than mine."
No, babe, you keep saying that too. I've suggested other baby names, and Josh is like, no, because is that like more fire than Ryla's name? I'm like, no.
They got to be even.
It's just because it feels like fresh to you.
I hear you. And but Ryla's name is amazing too.
I know, that's what's making it hard. Yeah. I mean,
and her middle name.
No props to. I'm not saying like we did a great job, but we did name her. But it is hard to find something equally as great as her name.
It's her first middle name combo too. That's what's tough. My 4th is Coda. Kota. Oh, I know what my fifth is. Kota. Kota.
Kota.
Kota. Kota.
Kota.
Kota. Well, you don't say "ta" like you don't say water.
Why wouldn't you spell it Koda?
I don't. That's not any of your business.
Also, I know a dog named Coda.
You do?
Yeah, but I can't figure out where I know this dog from.
It doesn't matter who or what. Coda for a girl is swaggy.
That is pretty cute.
It's an abbreviation of Dakota. You have Dakota on your list?
No.
Oh, why you look at your list?
I was just looking I wrote down Coda. I was looking at it.
Yeah, swaggy.
You've never told me you like that.
Okay, I'm telling you today.
Did you just make it up?
No.
Where'd you find it?
You've never heard of it? Do you know anybody named Dakota? I know Dakota.
Yes.
I went to school to the Dakota.
I know Dakota Fanning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about her. But Coda is just like a abbreviation of it. It's just swaggy. I like it. I hope y'all hold me down with these names.
Okay, my number 4 is Reese.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. I've always liked that name. I think it's really cute. I will say I feel like for us it's too common. It's not even really actually common. Like, I wouldn't say I know a lot of people named Reese.
It's just, yeah.
But it's a name that, like, I don't know. I think, like we said, with the vibe of Rayela's name, we don't want a name. Do we even want a name that we've, like, heard before?
No, because I've never heard of Rayela's name before.
I know. We really set ourselves up for a tough situation. It's been
possible.
way harder to name this baby than it was to name Rayela.
Oh, easy. Yeah, 100%
but
harder.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, my last name, and I think I've told you this. I've wanted to name my kid this before, but Mello. Have I told you this?
No. Like
really?
Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah, but not sure. But Mello. It's something about just Mello. That's their
like
full...
Mellow?
No. Melo.
What?
Melo. That
Wait,
is,
why?
you don't spell mellow. Isn't that like a drink? Isn't that a
no, mellow, like Mellow is like you're mellow, you're chill.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking of the swaggy Melo.
You've never told me that. That's cute. Why
Really?
don't you like it? For real.
Well, it's just common. It's just like the first person you thought it was Carmelo Anthony.
Who's Carmelo Anthony?
You don't know? Yes, you know. You don't know who Carmelo Anthony is?
Plays
You
in
said
the NBA?
It? Yeah.
But
well, he did play in the NBA.
Oh, what happened to him?
He just can't get a job. He's older though.
Wait, I feel like he's like a big player because I know his name.
No, he's a legend.
And now where is he?
He's probably at home chilling or working out.
Wow. Okay, my number 5 is Blair.
Okay, nice.
I've always loved. We know a Blair.
We do know Blair.
But I think Blair
boy.
for a girl. Yeah, he's a boy. He's a boy. He's a man. But I think Blair for a girl is so cute. And it just gives me Gossip Girl vibes. I would never actually use it, but I do love it.
Don't people on TikTok say you look like somebody named Blair?
Blair. Yeah, Gossip Girl. Blair Waldorf. That's her name in the show. Her real... Oh my gosh, I can't think of her actual name right now.
Or her name is Blair Waldorf in the show?
Yeah, in the show.
Let me see. Do you look like this woman?
Oh, it's Leighton Meester.
Blair
is her name.
Waldorf.
You can just type in Leighton Meester. Can I see?
Oh,
yeah.
What y'all
That's
think?
her.
Can y'all see her? Actually, the more I look at you...
I think Destiny, my sister, has gotten that she looked like her as well. Which
you kind of do look like her.
Really?
People might be onto something.
I mean, I guess if like
a little bit,
a bunch of people are saying it, then there has to be a little bit.
Wow, you do. You
Okay.
look good.
Stop.
Well, no, I'm not saying like because of her, but I'm staring at you now. Do y'all see Savannah's hair, by the way? She got her hair done.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I did get my hair done, but I'm
You look
having.
good.
I like my hair, but you know my postpartum breakage. It's like more prominent now because I kind of like my hairdresser lightened it a little bit for spring, and these pieces. Anyways, you guys don't. I'll spare you.
We're listening.
No, I'm just saying, like, it made my breakage more prominent because it's light now. So it kind of stands out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like today in the TikTok that you posted, I was like, babe, can you please watch out for my little bang? Do you understand what it is?
And when you show me.
Okay, well, so now, has it been out this time?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, but I just asked you earlier to watch out for
Baby,
it.
I'm sorry. I'm not looking at your little bangs every second of the day. I'm sorry.
It's actually crazy. I'm going to post this picture on my story because I took a picture after I got my hair done. And if I like brush down my postpartum breakage, I actually have bangs, like little bangs.
Really? What picture? I want to see.
I showed it to you.
Oh, the picture. Oh, I thought
In
it
the
was like
mirror.
a picture that we took today.
No.
Oh, okay.
What picture I want to see?
But yeah, the straight hair is doing something to me. I mean, we've seen Savannah in straight hair before, but it's something about her straight hair and the new look.
Well, and you know my hairdresser, well, I don't know if you know this, but hairdressers just in general, a lot of the times they have a way with styling more than you can style your own hair. Does your hairdresser do your hair better than you do it?
I don't have a hairdresser. I just have a barber. No, and I mean, I don't cut my hair, so.
I know, like when he styles it. Do you like it better when you do it?
I mean, we both use the same utensils.
So it's the same.
Like a hair sponge and like, moisturizer. So yeah, it's essentially the same. It's nothing crazy. Yes, he can line me up better, obviously.
Okay.
He can fade me better. But yes, it's not the same as she can. Is that why? Wow, I guess that's why like hairdressers are hairdressers, because they can style good too.
Well, yeah, she was like, every time I feel like I talk to her, I'm like, oh, you just do my hair so good, I can't make my hair look like this. And she's like, yeah, but I do this all day. I'm like, that is true.
Do women get their hair done every week? Is that a thing?
People get like, well, actually, I don't know. Some people might get their hair dyed every week. I don't know. But a lot of people
Isn't that terrible for your hair?
I guess, yeah. I don't think anyone gets their hair dyed every week. I mean, someone out there probably does. Okay. But people will get like blowouts. Oh. So like I would just go into the salon and they would wash and style my hair.
How much is that? I'm very curious.
I don't know. I've never had one.
How much is to get your hair done? How much was this?
This was only $200. What?
Only $200?
I used to pay over $500.
I know,
for
in
my
LA.
Hair.
I know. But this was $200?
Yes.
Really? You know what I could do?
Huh?
You know what I could do?
What could you do?
A lot. But 200?
That's actually,
what'd you get what so what was the breakdown? Do you know what the breakdown is?
I actually don't know the breakdown.
Is it for time? Like was it like
well, no,
100
it's
an hour?
color and cut.
Oh, okay.
And depending on like what you get done. If you get like an all over color, it's cheaper. So it was probably a little bit more because she had to put some foils in my hair to lighten it up in the front.
I could put some doggone foils in your hair. That would have cut off $50, right? Just you could have walked in with foils on your hair.
No.
And she'd be like, "Oh, you got your foils done already."
She said put the hair dye underneath them.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just foils. I thought she had to pay for the foils at Target or something.
Oh, she probably does have to pay for the foils.
Well, bring your own foils next time.
Can you imagine I show up with a literal roll of foil? That's not what they use.
You better take that off the bill. That's $10 off.
And I'm like, can you use these? My husband asked me to bring this.
Hey, gotta save every penny that we can.
My back hurts.
We do love your hair. I love your hair.
Thank you.
Oh, you did good. You did good.
I just burned my back.
Oh yeah, Savannah has her heat seater on.
Heat seater.
Her what is it? Back warmer. Why can't heat pad?
Heating pad. Also, do you realize you said heat seater?
I know. Is it heat seater or seat heater?
No, I know. Everyone. Well, at least you and I. We always accidentally say heat seater.
Wait, what is it?
It's seat heater.
Oh,
not
heat seater.
Heat seater. No, seat heater.
Seat heater, heat seater. Yeah,
it's
heat
not
seater.
A heat seater.
It's not a heat seater. Now that I say it, why has it been a debacle?
It's a classic mix-up.
With us. All right. What are we doing on this podcast today? You intro it.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to sip of my LaCroix.
Oh. Don't hold it with your wrist like that ever.
We're gonna talk about marriage. Or just relationships in general. Because we know not everyone's in that walk of life right now.
I feel like everyone, after you're saying like, oh, we're going to talk about marriage, and then we like bicker. But I feel like people understand our bickering. It's a healthy bickering that we do.
Yeah, we're not fighting.
Right. But like the last podcast, someone was like, I just couldn't handle the first 20 minutes y'all bickering like I'm dead or something. Like, they liked it.
Yeah. I liked it too.
Anyways, keep going. Marriage, dating, if you're not married.
Yeah. Where do we start? About things that we've learned about marriage and relationships just in general. Because I feel like we were talking about it in the car. I just feel like unless you don't actually take the time to think about it, like all the stuff that you've downloaded, especially in our relationship, we've been together for 6 years, and you it just becomes just second nature, all the things that we've learned, unless you like actually start to think about it and stuff. So,
well, yeah. And it's crazy because when I started thinking about it, we each wrote down, like I wrote down, did you write yours down or you just
I wrote mine down.
Okay, wow. I thought you were just going to have them memorized.
Oh, I'll be off the dome. I do have it memorized, but I wrote some notes.
I wrote down 3 things and I was trying to think of what 3 I wanted to share. And I feel like some of them I'm like, okay, that's too obvious. But then it's like, is it?
I know. I wrote down some very practical things.
Especially if you're not married and you're dating, or if you're just in like a single season, it may not be obvious. It's just obvious to us because we have been doing this marriage thing for 3 years now. And we're like, oh yeah, that's like, of course, a non-negotiable in our marriage. But for some people, they might be like, oh, I never even thought of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about this. We also don't know what we wrote what.
Yes. I suggested that we share them with each other before just so we could have like.
I want to be shocked.
Yeah. Josh said we should surprise each other. But no, I want to start really quick with this thought.
Okay.
Because I feel like it could be controversial and
really,
I don't know. I just feel like it's an interesting.
It's part of your bullets?
No, it was just a random relationship situation. I'm just curious. Well, I think I know where you stand with this, but like our thoughts on friends of the opposite sex.
Nice.
I just think it's an interesting thing because I feel like people would definitely disagree with how we feel about it.
How do we feel about it? Or how do you feel about it?
You don't know. I thought we felt the same.
Well, I mean, like as in like, you can have friends of opposite sex, but obviously that is on the lines of we know who that person is.
Yeah. So
and
I think our rule is there's absolutely no reason, no ifs, ands, or buts that either of us should have a friend of the opposite sex that the other one doesn't know.
That the other one doesn't know. Yeah.
Period. Like if I had a friend.
And when we say friend, this is different than like someone you went to high school with or like college with.
I'll be like, oh, this guy, like, or whatever.
None of that. Because there's definitely girls that I know that.
Acquaintances.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about like friendship. You have some history with this person.
Not even history.
Oh yeah, no, because that's still like an acquaintance. Just you talk to this person. That's a friend.
Like literally
honestly.
Anything. And that's even saying friendship with this person. That's already like that is such a huge red flag to me and already crossing a line because there's just no possible reason
we're talking about marriage.
Have a friendship. Even honestly, even for me, like I guess not dating. I guess you can't.
Dating, if you're like dating to marry and it's like you're about to get engaged, all that stuff, yes.
But definitely in marriage, like picture me having a friend named Fred and he was my friend and you didn't really know him and you were like, I would like go hang out with him or I would call him or.
Easy. Yeah, no, not a chance.
There's just no way.
My ex, when I say my ex, it makes it seem like I had an ex like a year ago or whatever.
I know.
A girl I dated in high school I had this problem. And it bothered me.
That's the thing, dating.
Yeah, I know. I know. But I thought I was probably going to marry that girl too. Like, in my head, you guys know, I was dating to marry.
Well, when you're dating, you think it's the end of the world. And you think it's the end all be all too.
100%. Yeah. I thought it was raps. I'm like, why are you friends with this guy? Come to find out, they ended up like hooking up or whatever. And that was just.
Exactly.
I know. And I knew though too. But
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, there's no reason for it. I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah, same. That's where we stand. Did we share where we stood?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, especially like when it comes to marriage though, like our friends, do we have any single friends?
Yeah.
We do?
Wait, actually?
I mean, and if we do, and it's nothing crazy or nothing, it's nothing weird or whatever if we do, but like majority of our friends are either like they're dating or in our same season, maybe not with kids, but like
we have some single friends. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah. I know we definitely do, but like it's nothing where it's weird.
Well, but I'm saying like there's nothing wrong with us having single friends.
No.
I think it is important to have friends that are in the same season, like definitely married friends with young children like us. Like I think that is super important and healthy, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having single friends.
No.
As long as it's not what I was just saying.
Yes. It has to be healthy.
Yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to see. I wanted to make sure we're on the same page with that. I knew we were, but.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. What do y'all think? There's definitely just has to be boundaries. Boundaries all the way around.
Yeah. I am so curious if anyone is married and could say, yeah, I'm totally fine with my. And it's not even like a trust thing. It's not even that we wouldn't trust each other. It's just like there is no reason.
Yeah. There's literally no reason.
No reason.
None.
Because it's like, what are the intentions of the other person? Especially if they're single.
And 9 times they probably are single.
Right.
And if they not single, what is that?
Yeah.
Their relationship? Yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's not right.
Not me.
Well, you can start with your first.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah.
Really? You're not sure not ladies first?
Oh, I don't care.
I guess you had the first thought for the day. So let me start with
10 o'clock at night.
So what do we call this segment? Things being in a relationship or things marriage taught us.
Yeah.
Me, one of, you know. Let's see, where do I want to start? I wrote some practical and then I wrote some like quote unquote deep stuff too. I'm going to start practical. Very practical. Fellas or ladies, when your spouse or your significant other asks for something to get done, she means at that very moment.
You're trying to be funny.
No,
Mine are all like very.
No, I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be funny. She means at that very moment. And she might not come across as like, oh, you can do it whenever or whatever. Look, but like deep down, actually not that deep. It ain't that deep. She really wants you to handle that trash or go wipe that up or go do something right then and there. And the repercussions of it, honestly, is like she might like be silent with you until like it's done, or
I don't do that.
No, you're not silent, but for me personally, I know if she tells me something, I don't do it right then and there, or asks me to do something. I just know there's like a little bit of tension. Me personally, I feel like I can't do anything else in the house until I go do what my wife asks me to do.
Okay, well, let's give a backstory. Well, this is just fresh on my mind because it was last night or the night before. I was putting Rye to bed, and usually when I'm putting Rye to bed, Josh cleans the kitchen. Like that's kind of just like
oh my
it's like an unspoken thing in our marriage.
Yes.
And I was putting her to bed, and then she was like kind of fooling and wouldn't go to sleep. So Josh came in and no, you were bringing me more milk for her.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so Josh was bringing me more milk, and then he like motioned to take her. So he was gonna switch me. He said he was just like relieving me because my back starts hurting if I'm in there for too long. Mm-hmm. I come out to the kitchen, and the kitchen has not been cleaned or touched.
It was touched. I put all the dishes in the sink because I was going to do them the next morning.
You know what? That actually kind of made it like that made me like more irked.
Really?
Yeah, because I went out there and I was like, okay, he like kind of cleaned, but didn't really do actually anything at all.
Yeah.
And so then, but this is the problem, and like I know this now, and I actually knew this at the time. I texted you and I was like, oh, I should clean the kitchen. Yeah. But I'm just like feeling so lazy or something.
But that was her way of telling me.
That was my way of saying, babe, why didn't you clean the kitchen while I was in the room?
And my response was, babe, I said I was going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
but she didn't.
Josh said, yeah, I know. I was just standing there the whole time. I'm going to do it tomorrow.
I was.
And then that upset me because I was like, well, why were you standing there the whole time?
What was I doing? I was
probably just on your phone.
No, I was doing something productive.
Really?
Yeah, what was this, yesterday? Yeah, I think I was looking at our TikTok that went viral because of an idea I came up with.
No.
Okay,
but anyways, that's just like an example of, that's kind of like two different things, but I'm just saying that to say like, if I would have just directly been like, texted you when I got there, be like, hey babe, do you mind when you come out of the room with Rye, could you just do the dishes? I'm just feeling so tired and I don't want to do it.
And
and you probably would have said,
I'll do it in the morning.
Or would you have said, sure.
If you needed me to do it right then and there, 100% would have did it right
I did.
There. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I would have done it right then and there. Then.
Okay. I did. But anyways, what I did was I went off and I cleaned the whole house while Josh was in the room because Josh was in there for so long.
Yeah, because our daughter was fooling a couple nights ago. She wouldn't stop moving or whatever. But I got outside of the room and I just sensed hostility and I was just like, dang, she probably really wanted me to clean right then and there. She probably really wanted me to do what I was supposed to do. But
see, that right there is like a prime example of even us still in our marriage. Like we feel like we do have a lot to say about marriage and what we've learned, but there's still so many things that we can learn. Like even that is just such a moment where going into it, I knew what I should have done and you probably knew too. Yeah. But we have our moments.
Yeah, we're flawed. Every day is not perfect or easy at all.
Have we been fighting a lot lately? Like bickering?
No, I wouldn't say that because...
Because what?
I mean...
Maybe.
What are we talking about?
Stop. Okay.
All right, I'm just saying.
Okay, sorry. Finish your point.
That was my point.
That's it?
I think so. Yeah. It'll probably come up later in our other points.
Okay.
Because like we can get off on a tangent on any of these, you know?
Okay. My first thing is your spouse adds happiness to your life, but happiness isn't their responsibility.
Yes.
And I feel like this was it doesn't even have to be spouse, because I feel like for us this was really big in dating. I feel like this is when I started to like learn this concept and just become aware to the fact that I can't put the pressure on you to fill me and to make me happy.
This is so good because everyone, when we mentioned this a couple podcasts ago, they wanted us to talk about this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Sometimes I don't read the comments, so I didn't know.
I'll be reading them, boys.
Oh, well,
this is great. Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
having a contraction. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I've been having so many more Braxton Hicks.
Nice. That's me saying like, okay, we're getting close to this baby.
But yeah, I feel like I have so much experience with this, especially I would say dating, but then also in our marriage too. For me, dating, I feel like I first experienced how much I was like putting all the pressure on you to fill me up is when we started doing long distance.
Yeah.
Because you moved and then I was like, whoa, I have like a huge void in my life, which I think there's like obviously.
We saw each other every single day.
Yes.
It was.
No. I will say yes. There's like, granted, you will fill a void if you are in a long distance. Like, I think that's just human.
Yeah.
But it was like an unhealthy amount. And I realized it because I was like, I actually feel like I got like all of my happiness sucked out of me. And that shouldn't be the case. Like, I should be okay and healthy and whole as my own person without you.
Yep.
And I realized in that moment, I was like, this is something's not right.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? Because my next point adds on to that. And we can just keep going.
Okay, well, I have something else a little bit more.
Go.
I was just going to say, like, into our marriage, I feel like I still was kind of struggling with this.
Okay.
Just when I started, like, walking through everything I walked through, like, regarding, like, depression and anxiety, and then also just recently postpartum, not that I feel like I've learned, and I don't feel like I was, like, intentionally being like, babe, like, you have to fix me. I think that was just, like, my instinct, like, why... I felt like you sometimes weren't like doing everything you could.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You didn't know what to do.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. What do you feel like the hardest part for you was, like watching me walk through some of those seasons? And
I think I've shared this. I mean, if we're going to talk about before baby, like let's talk about like the move to Dallas.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, the move to Dallas was super tough. And Savannah personally, we talked about this a little bit, like she went through so much because this is her first time moving to a different city, especially across the country, before moving after moving to LA. That's the only move that she's ever done or whatever, and that was tough for me. Y'all know I've moved and lived around and I just love change. I thrive on that. We talked about that. So for me in my head, I'm like good, like, and I'm showing it, like, and I'm like truly showing it. Savannah is showing that she's good too. Like we were vlogging, like but deep down inside, she wasn't okay or whatever. And for Savannah, I think you saw me, actually being comfortable, good, getting into a groove. Like, and I'm talking about when we first got there. Obviously the second half of Texas, we were like both on the same page or whatever. But Savannah saw that in me and she's probably thinking like, yo, like, you don't understand me and all those things. So for me in my head, I'm just like, babe, get on my level. Like we wanted to move one. Like this is my thoughts. We wanted to move. We said, let's do Texas. It's the weather's good. Like we're about to I see so much future here, all these things, but I can't just pull my wife to thinking that in that time. Like she's going through so much change right now. Josh, just be there. Just hold her. Just like let her vent and talk it out. Because there were times where you felt like you couldn't even talk to me about it because I'm so like, come on, let's find this house. Let's do this. Like, I'll share this. Our first place that we got, Savannah was not on board with getting it. Like, the tour is on YouTube and everything. It was the 3-story townhouse that was super nice. That God is so crazy because like the amount, that price is how much we're paying here.
I know.
And in that time, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And I was just me. I have so much ridiculous faith. I was just like, babe, we got it. We can afford it. We obviously could afford it, but like being smart, we shouldn't have been in that place. And that was we were arguing about that for so long before we actually moved in, even when we moved in.
And I feel like, honestly, that could play a huge factor in like why I felt so much resentment.
Yep.
Because I was like just so unhappy that we lived where we lived.
And we made the decision, and it's low key, I made that decision. So I made that decision. We're living in this place. We're getting furniture and all these things. But Savannah deep down is like.
Everything is like a reminder to that.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's because of the decision like I made, because I was being blind to the fact. And then it like all like blew up in our face. We got into like a big fight. I remember when we were in that place. And then like, you know, we'll talk about it in a second, but because what my point is. Yeah, why were we talking about that?
I forget. What was my point even?
Well,
just not putting all the pressure on your spouse to be the one to make you happy.
Exactly. So,
but this is kind of like two different things we're talking about here, because obviously, like me walking through something or you walking through something that's really tough doesn't necessarily mean that I'm like being like, okay, fix me, make me happy. But I think I have struggled with that. Yeah,
but you just wanted more understanding from your husband, which you have every right to. And I know I failed in that season. We were like, what, 2 years into marriage then, or 1.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like definitely I feel like we talk about this all the time. That's like one of the points that I was like, is this like so cliche? But it's just like, you have to be healthy and happy as your own person before you can even start to think about trying to make someone else happy or allowing someone else to make you happy. Mm-hmm. Because if you're just like empty and you're like, okay, fix me, make me happy. Yeah. It's just not going to work.
This goes to my next point. You can tell a big difference when God is not truly in the middle of your relationship. So I'm going to go back to us dating and how we couldn't foster like our individuality when we were like in long distance. So like we had long distance, the long distance happened. I moved to South Carolina, and like Savannah was saying, we both were, I'll say both of us, we were putting so much of our happiness into each other in that moment. And it was so unhealthy. It was literally so unhealthy where it got to a point, and obviously like with other things, when long distance, when you miss each other and just like the petty fights and all those things, that happened as well. But it just got to a point where we were literally just like, we need God more in this relationship. Yes, you can say like, you know, we had a little bit of God and when we first started dating and stuff like that. But like, if we're going to sit here and we can't sit here and say that it was all good, all great, all like God was 100% in the center when we first started dating and things like that. And
not to say that even if God is in the center, it's not going to be all good and great.
Oh yeah. Like, and you can tell a big difference when it's like I said, actually God in the middle of your relationship, because once we started, changing our walk together with God when we were doing long distance, so much favor start happening. So many
we got engaged.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like so many things just started to like reveal itself. Bad things, good things, like just started to just happen right in that moment or whatever. And it was something that we 100% needed to move on. So yeah, our eyes start opening. We got engaged. I started to seek guidance about if I was supposed to stay in South Carolina, because y'all know I told Savannah I wanted her to move to South Carolina. Like, let's start our family. Like, let's do that in South Carolina. But God said, no, you need to move back to LA. I got revelation on that. And then we got married. And like, y'all know the rest of the story or whatever. But like, that didn't happen until God was truly in the middle of our relationship. And what did that look like practically? We literally I remember we were at my apartment, and we literally, I think we got off the phone with a second mom to us or whatever. And we were like, babe, we need to be setting more time aside to pray, and like praying specific prayers. So pray. There was just like one that said prayer, that just said pray. And then there was like pray for family, pray for us individually, pray for, what was it? I think our careers. Like there were just so many different ones. And in that moment, we were just like, yeah, we're just going to yield to God right now and just see what happens. And then so many things happened from that. So like, there's just times where it's just like, you know, you're slacking like, you know, with your walk with Christ or whatever. And God is like always like, he's pressing, he's like saying, I'm right here. I just need y'all to just tune in, just tap in just a little bit. And there's been times where we've been off and on with that. Yeah. And once we're back on, God shows his favor, and it's on our life, and it's just it's crazy to see.
It is
because
crazy,
you, like I said, you can tell a big difference. Somebody knows in the comments. You can tell a big difference when he's in the center of it and he's controlling every single decision that you make in your relationship with him and with your spouse.
Yeah.
Or significant other. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's that kind of just piggybacked off of.
I like that, babe.
What you had to say.
You made me very relaxed in this moment.
I felt it because
I feel like if you guys are watching, like I don't want you to think that I was like checked out. I know. Like you really just soothed me.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving on. My second one that I wrote down was always assume the best of each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like this, I can't remember.
It's something we never talk about.
Yeah, I can't remember the first time I heard this or where I heard this.
Yeah, I've heard it before too.
But I feel like it's something that is so.
I think my dad said this to us. I forgot where we heard it.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like we heard it somewhere together, but it's so much easier said than done because I feel like as humans, it feels easier to just like pick someone's flaws.
Easy.
Or to point out something that they did wrong. Because like, I don't know. I feel like you don't look at yourself. You're looking at the other person, like they need to do something or they need to be better. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I catch myself doing this so often, and this is something that I could really work on. Just literally assuming the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Like why assume anything otherwise unless like you're in a season of they have to like gain your trust back and like things like that. But regardless, it's like.
But if you're in your marriage and you guys are and you're in a happy, healthy marriage, like you should know the intentions of your spouse and know that they are never intending to upset you. Like even something as simple as you not taking out the trash. Like, okay, maybe I could assume you did that and like you did it because you thought you would annoy me. But it's like, why would you ever do that? And I know you would never do that. Mm-hmm. So like, well, why don't I just assume, okay, maybe my husband's tired because he worked all day or he was up last night editing a video till 2 a.m. and maybe he's tired, maybe he forgot, maybe he doesn't feel like doing it. Not like, oh, he's lazy, like why didn't he take out the trash?
That's good.
Even if I didn't ask you to do it too. Because I feel like that's when it can be harder because it's like, oh, I didn't even ask, like I'm just like expecting and assuming you to do something. But then you don't do it, so then I'm like even more upset. But it's like, for one, I didn't even ask.
True.
For two, it's like, why can't we just ever assume that like maybe there's an actual reason why they didn't do it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be as simple and practical as taking out in the trash. Like obviously this can go deeper places. But another thing with that one that I wanted to say was forgive quickly, because I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand. Because obviously there's going to be moments where you don't assume the best and you do get upset. Even if you do assume the best, you still will get upset with each other. Like there's no getting around that. If you don't get upset with your spouse, like someone's lying. Yeah. Like you're gonna get you're gonna get upset. So I think definitely being quick to forgive.
Yeah.
I wrote down the scripture, quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. Yeah. It's James 1:19. I wanted to make sure. Yeah. Let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger. Yeah. And I feel like I love that also. I feel like it all kind of ties together because the slow to speak thing, I feel like that's something for me that I can really work on. It's just like think before you say it.
Yeah, just listen. Yeah, too. Yeah.
And literally just think. Like what is this going to accomplish if I say this?
That's good.
Like I'm so guilty of that.
Yeah, so am I.
No, but me especially.
Okay, you. Right?
It's like, do I want to cook you? Like, this is a bad thing. Not bad, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like, I don't ever want to be like a nagging wife. And I feel like sometimes I can feel like that. And you know what's funny? I feel like the days I feel like this, it's when you let me sleep in and you're doing a kind gesture out of the goodness of your heart. Yeah. And then I wake up and I feel like I like missed a lot.
You didn't miss nothing, just your daughter being cute.
I know, but I feel like, and then I'm like, well, what have you been doing? You know, and I'm like trying to check on you and make sure that you've been doing it. And it's like, Savannah, for one, you're literally asleep. So you don't get to come down and be like, well, what's happening? Right. But anyways, that was a side note. But yeah, that was my second one.
I love that, baby. My last one is, okay, this is very practical, funny, but it'll get serious, I promise you.
It doesn't have to get serious.
I know. But listen to your gut. Always listen to your gut.
What, when I say I'm not hungry and then you don't bring me food?
Maybe that's literally what I wrote down. I literally wrote down, this is just an example. When it comes to ordering food for like yourself or going out to get something and you know they gonna be like, and you know they're like, oh no, I don't want anything. Like I'm good. Like I'll be fine. Like I'm not hungry. Anything. You going to the gas station, you going to go get you something to eat, anything. That one time you actually are like, nah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't want anything. I'm not gonna get anything. That one time, you gonna feel so bad when you get home and they gonna actually be like, yo, I actually wanted your Oreo Blizzard or whatever. And there's no worse feeling of that.
I wonder if other guys feel the same, because I feel like you're really affected if like that scenario plays out and I'm like, oh, I wish I would have got this. Like it really affects you.
So man, I'm like crushed because I'm like,
I know, it's so sweet.
But I'm only crushed because I should have went with my gut and been like, yo, I 100% should have gotten you your own Oreo Blizzard.
But you're actually, even though you're crushed, even if it's like I order myself something and I don't like it. That's very true. It crushes you.
Yeah, I know, because, I'm only crushed because I want you to order something you actually like.
No, even if I like don't like my food or something.
Yeah,
you're
I understand.
Sad.
Yeah.
But anyways, go with your gut.
But yes, go with your gut, because in those moments, not only are you, Nash, can you please stop crying? Not only are you personally hurt, but like, you know your wife.
So then what do you have to do? Give me your Blizzard.
I mean, yeah, in that time I would give you I would share, but I'm just saying, forget that. You know your wife. Just do that. And this kind of just really just goes hand in hand with always serve your significant others, your spouse. Always date your spouse, no matter what. I think it like this happens to us a lot in marriage. Like sometimes you're just not going through the motions, but you're like doing so much. What?
I had to yawn.
It's okay. You're doing so much. And like you're going through the day to day, especially now since you have kids, like you're just doing so much, and you forget that you should always be serving your significant other through everything, dating your significant other through everything. That doesn't also mean you have to go out and have a date night or anything like that. That just truly just means like for me, I'm always dating wise, like I'm always compliment my wife, tell her she look good, grab her booty cheeks, grab her breastises, give her a kiss. Like I'm going to same thing when we first started. Like I'm going to continue to pursue her the exact same way. And as far as serving her, yes, like obviously in moments like I just mentioned, like go get her something if she says no and things like that. But little things like when I was saying in the beginning, like I do the dishes. I do stuff that obviously like do your love language, but like I do the dishes after you cook all the time, no matter what. To me, that is serving her. That takes a load off of her. I
feel like something that you're really good at is always whatever you can do to make like my job or my life easier. You're always trying to do that and always trying to take a load off of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It makes everyone happy. It's not even the happy wife, happy life vibe. It's just, if I can make it easier for my wife, not because she's pregnant or whatever, but like if I wanted to, I could do everything. I would want to do everything.
Josh just told me today he can't wait for me to not be pregnant.
Yeah, I can't.
We're not going to say exactly what you said.
Yes.
But because you just want me to be.
That has a lot of weight to it, because I'm essentially I don't want to have to I don't want to be like expecting something to. This is a different conversation. This is a different conversation.
I know, I'm sorry.
This is a very different conversation. We can talk about it in the next podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, if it's up to me, I would want to do everything just so my wife can just relax and, just chill or whatever. But that, I know that doesn't fill her up. There's certain things that she wants to do that fills her up. But I'm always thinking of ways on how to serve my wife no matter what, and just find whatever that is for your significant other. It doesn't have to always be something big and extravagant.
Yeah.
It ties with love languages too.
Yeah,
whatever your love language is. It literally
doesn't have to be like, I feel like a lot of people when they say like date your spouse, they think, oh, but like, we're trying to budget this month or this or that. Mm-hmm. Like we can't go on date night every week. it doesn't have to literally be anywhere. You can have a date night in your house, but it's the intentionality, because we could say that I feel like every day is a date. Every time we eat dinner, I feel like it's a date. Like, we could say that, but it's really not. Like, you have to intentionally be like, okay, we're going to put Ryella to bed. We're going to do like a charcuterie board. We're going to watch a movie or whatever it is that we're going to do. We're going to play a game, like actually make it like an intentional, different type of event.
Great.
And then I feel like that makes it like dating.
Yep.
But
yeah. That's it. That's all I like. That's all I. You like me? Okay, I like that. We're gonna have to have a marriage talk all the time. End it with words of affirmation. Affirm me in the bed. What'd you say, baby? Go. Your last one.
Okay, my last one is what is this? Oh, some stuff we've learned in marriage.
Yeah, things that marriage has taught us.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, it's my bedtime. Okay, the third thing I wrote down is, as a wife and mother, I have a huge influence on the environment that I live in. And I feel like this is something I definitely had to learn in marriage. I feel like there's just certain things. I mean, maybe you could be like fully equipped before you get married and know all the things. But for me personally, I just feel like I learned so much and I'm still learning so much. But I just feel like this, like if I have a bad attitude, that plays such a huge part in the household. And we haven't really tapped into it too much with Rye because obviously she's only one. But I've already just started to think about, even when she's older, like my attitude and like my spirit rubs off on the household and everyone as a whole. And yes, you could say like this goes both ways, because I feel like you could say the same. If any one person is like off or has a bad attitude, it definitely will rub off. Like that's a given. But I feel like as the wife and the mom, like I feel like I need to lead and kind of like guide the peacefulness in our household.
Yeah, I see that all the time where people are saying like, the wife's job is to make a house a home, and that I think is a part of it. I think we both play a role with that though, with what you're saying, because if I'm having an off time or something like that, I don't want that to rub off on you and like trickle down the Rye and baby girl number 2 like that. You would, like you said, you would probably feel bad. It wouldn't feel right or whatever. I think it starts with both of us, but I 100% agree with you though. It starts with you too. Like we look up to mommy. Mommy is superhero of the house. So if mommy is having, a rough time and mommy is like, having an attitude and like, we ain't do nothing. Unless we did something then. But
you and Rye both did something.
Then that'll like rub off to us, and we'll have to. I don't know what we'll have to do, but I don't know. We'll just be there. Just hopefully we don't get on mom's nerves again.
Yeah, I feel like it's the wife's job to cultivate the peaceful atmosphere in the house.
Which you do a great job of.
I definitely could be better. I feel like, but it's like, at what point is anyone ever like, I am excellent at this? I guess there are some things that like I know.
Yeah, there's 100% things that you are confident in and like you're great at.
Yeah, but when it comes to our marriage and just being like a wife and a mom, I feel like I can always be better.
I feel like that's a great.
I feel like no one could sit here and be like, no, I'm the best wife and mom I could ever be. I can't get better.
Yeah. Wow.
And if they do, I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah, there has to be something.
Yeah, there is always, even if it's just the littlest thing, there's always something you could work on or something you could learn.
Especially for us right now, we're only 3 years into our marriage.
Yeah, and only 1 year into parenting. That is crazy.
Wow.
Because I think it feels like we've been parents for an actual lifetime, and like we are just barely.
We're not even barely. We can't even say barely.
We have just dipped the pinky toe into the sand.
There it is.
It's dipped. Like if we're at the top of the beach.
Okay.
We're nowhere near the ocean. We just dipped our pinky toe the nail, not the toe, just the nail.
Yeah.
In the sand.
We just sticked our eyelash. Stuck our eyelash. Stuck our eyelash on the. It's over now. The joke is done.
I'm sorry, baby. Well, you said sticked and stucked.
This is marriage right here. But yeah, that's the end. I feel like that's a good way to wrap. What has marriage or being in a relationship taught you? I want us to have a dialogue in the comments so we can
we can all learn from each other.
We can 100% all learn, especially because we see some seasoned relationships in the comments, and then we see some people who aren't even married yet in the comments as well. Like we see y'all, but I want to learn something from everybody. So y'all comment down below. Let us know what being in a relationship has taught you, or what has being single taught you as well. You getting ready to be in a relationship. But you got anything else that you want to share to the people of America?
I don't think so.
Wait, shout out to the girl that we saw on a plane watching our TikToks.
Oh my gosh, babe.
We haven't shared that story.
She probably doesn't even know.
That's so true. Unless I clipped this and you were on a flight from Tulum to Michigan and you wasn't sitting in front of us and you watched a couple of our TikToks and we saw it. We was nosy and we was trying to get a video.
No, I actually did get like at the tiniest video. You can like barely see it. But it's crazy because Josh was like, we're so nosy. Like this is.
Well, we saw her scrolling on TikTok.
We saw her on TikTok. She's like probably a teenager.
Yeah, she was like a teen. Yeah.
Okay, but I was curious. I'm like, I want to see what her For You page looks like.
Yes.
And so I can fully see her phone.
Yeah.
And then Josh was like, imagine we pop up on her For You page. I'm like, that would never happen.
Well,
babe.
no, I was like, there is a strong possibility.
Well, yeah, I was like, that would never happen. And you were like, yes, it would. I was like, no, it wouldn't. What are the chances?
The way our phones are set up, this is why
my
TikTok
thing is getting banned.
I was like, our phones are in proximity. We're all on this Wi-Fi. Our phones know the type of page that we have. Like they know our TikTok page, and I know that they're sending it to her.
That is
what tricked me out, like our TikTok popped up like 7 times on her For You. Some of them she scrolled past. I gotta see. In my head, I was like, why did she scroll past that?
She scrolled past one so fast, like she didn't even give it the time of day. And Josh was like, oh, what was it about that one? I'm like, babe, this is not.
I'm over here studying. I'm like, why does she do it? And then she watched some of them, and I'm like, really? That's not even viral. It was very confusing. But anyways,
it was very confusing.
I knew it was a strong chance of it happening. And then we were scrolling. We saw some other people that
I saw like other family channels that are in our kind of vibe.
So I was like, we're going to pop up. And we 100% popped up. And it was pretty crazy to see. Because I feel like that girl had no clue.
I was going to say, no, she had no idea.
None.
Unless she didn't. She was just like, I'm not going to be like, hey, just saw you guys on my For You page. Pops her head up over the seat.
No, because even afterwards, their whole family interacted with Rye and stuff, and she didn't.
True, she didn't give us the time of day.
But yeah, that was cool. But if you're on that flight from Tulum to Michigan on I don't know what day that was. Yeah.
It was March 24th.
And you were watching TikTok. It's like everyone on that plane was watching TikTok.
Literally.
Yeah. All right.
But she might know. No, she's not gonna know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye. Bye. Ouch. Ow. Oh. Baby, rub my knees.